Welcome to our training on how to fill out your trailing log. This is going to teach you what to do for trailing. So once you come here to your logs, go down to the very bottom and tap on trailing icon. Once that's done, it'll go ahead and open up these fields for you. We'll go ahead and fill these out so we can show you what you're doing. Go ahead and tap in the handler field and you can put in the handler's name. You can type in the dog's name. When you're looking at this, see where it comes up in the middle where it says next, done, clear, and submit. You can either hit done after each time you fill in a field, or you can just take your finger or your stylet and tap down to the next field and it'll automatically advance for you. So it's your choice. I'm going to hit done so I can see everything. So what kind of trailing did you do? We're going to say we went ahead and did rural trailing for the pick here. Now you come down to where it says weather. Anytime you see any of these where it says add new, tap the add new button and it brings you to a whole new page. A lot of these pages have drop down pick lists in them. So you go ahead and take a look at them. I put some different entries in here for you. You can pick these or you can enter new option if you'd like. I'm going to do clear on this one. Temperature, we'll say it's 67. I live in the United States, so 67 degrees Fahrenheit. Wind direction, we'll do east. Humidity, low today. And wind speed, we'll say it was 12 miles per hour today. Okay, now that you've filled all these out, you go up to the very top here in the left and hit the save button. Now we just repeat this for every single one we have here. For trail conditions, we tap add, and there's different trail conditions that we had. So what were the terrain conditions? Were they short, medium grass, medium to tall grass, dirt, gravel, asphalt, snow? You can say whatever, or fill in whatever you'd like here. I'm just going to say medium to tall grass. And woods or brush. It was thinner like brush, so you just tap that and it'll put a check in there for you. It was a little hilly and there was a little bit of residential area in there, so you put a check in both of those. Once that's done, you can go up and hit save. Go down to trailing articles. What kind of scent article was it? Well, are you using a human? Are you using rags and a person? You know, whatever you want in there. So I usually use rags and person for my trailing articles. You can say, you know, like hats, gloves, whatever you use. Time was it laid? We'll say 12:30 p.m. Description of the trail. Now this is for training, so you're going to say just in here, like for instance, a half-mile trail with 3 right-hand corners and 2 left-hand corners. Okay. How old is the trail? Well, tap that and you can go ahead and pick out of these. I just made some quick ones up for you here, or you can enter a new option. We'll just say 6 hours old. Now the green plus sign this is interesting. This will take you to a new page, and this is for each one of your rags or your clues. You can go ahead and mark them by time, how long it takes the dog to get to the next one, and in your training logs it really proves how your dog's doing. So what kind of clue did you leave out? Well, we'll say I started with a rag, location at the start, time 1300, uh, what was the wind? We'll just say it was northwest wind. Hit done. Now you hit save. Now for the second reg, so let's say, you know, you're laying out your regs and you've got, you know, 5 of them, then you would actually tap this 5 times. So reg number 2, you would say, Instead of the beginning, you could say the clues rag. Location, you could say it's called a leg, or the second one, whatever you want to name it. And the time you got to that one was 1340, you know, and the wind was blowing probably from the north on that one. So we'll go ahead and hit done, and then hit save. And then as you see, you can enter as many of those as you want. Like if you have 10 rags, then you can enter 10 of those. So it makes it quite easy. Okay, now down here we have photo and video. First I'll go over the photo with you on the right side. You tap photo, and you can choose from your library, take a photo, or draw. Now, this is for training if you have some question to ask your master trainer or your group leader. You can take a picture of some clue or something. If the dog did something great, you can take a picture of it. It's just here to help your training. So you can take a live photo, or you can choose from library if you want. And how it works is you just tap it, and it will drop it right in there, and it'll be a part of your permanent log from now on. The video part over here, I can't physically show you while I'm taping your training session, or it will shut it down. But it works in the same way. You tap video, and it will ask if it can access your camera for a video. You just say yes, and then you can tape a 60-second video if you need to for some reason. It'll really be in your training logs from now on if you need it to. And we put it there just to make it convenient for everybody in case they wanted it. So you go back up to the top left here and hit save, and it takes you back to the beginning of the main page where your log's located. Now next is a canine handler grade. That's for either a friend to fill out or you to fill out, and just kind of see how you're doing with your dog and what you can improve on and stuff. So I just made a simple grading scale with good, needs improvement, or not applicable. And you can read through all these questions. They're pick lists, and I'm just going to put good, G for good, for all of this, just for our demonstration here. And the comment section is great in case you need a needs improvement in there. You can write a needs improvement plan on how you're going to fix the dog missing 2 left-hand turns or whatever. Or if the dog went right to the victim and did a great job, you can say that, or whatever you'd like to. So this is just a comment section for you. When you're done, hit save again. The date and time, you just tap in there, and it should be the exact time that you're filling this out. Now, if you're filling out your log a couple days later, you can go ahead and adjust the date, and you can use your finger or a stylus to roll that. And hit done, and it'll pick the day for you. Then you go ahead and sign it with whatever your name is. Signature with your stylet or your finger. Hit save, and now we're ready to go ahead and submit it for the big log. So you hit the save button. And what it's going to do for this is it's saving to the server, so it'll be available for you later on in case you need it to give training records to your master trainer, or somebody requests your training records for you, and I'll show you how to access those in just a moment. But as soon as this is done saving, a message will come up and tell you that it's been saved to the server, and then immediately you'll have access to print your log, email it, send it in a text. When it emails it, it will email a PDF form with your log in it and all the information, so it's really nice and easy for people to read. I downloaded a big picture, so that's why it takes a little longer. If you do a video and a picture, it takes longer to load up to the server. So that's kind of all we're waiting for. There it is. Submission. Your data was successfully saved, so you hit OK. It'll pull it up, and this is all your information you just fill out. Now you can go ahead on the iPhone and iPad in the top right hand corner and hit the share button, and you can either email it, message, or if you're connected to a Wi-Fi printer, you can just tap print and print out a hard copy. Now let's say somebody asks you for your training log next week. Well, we go over to view logs in the very bottom, and your log you went into was a trailing log, so tap trailing log, and there you go. You have a training log that you just created, which is the bottom one, is the one I just created. You just tap that, it pops open, and then you can do the same thing. You can either email it, send it into text, or make a hard print for somebody. Thanks for watching our video, and if you need any help,